Sandra Andrews come out, and she's over at ESPN. And there's Alexa Philippou talking about the WNBA discussing a moratorium proposal that would apply to an upcoming league business, including free agency qualifying offers and core designations, which were set to begin as early as Sunday. Breanna Stewart said that while a qualifying offers may be going out...
Just stop there. WNBA players are being advised not to sign contracts by Breanna Stewart, co-owner of a rival basketball league. Take a moment to consider that. What amounts to a labor stoppage is being organized by a player who runs Unrivaled, a league that directly competes with the WNBA. For whatever reason, no one in the media is referring to this as the significant conflict of interest that it clearly is. Free agents received qualifying offers from the WNBA this past Sunday. You mean standard procedure? However, the players' union promptly demanded a moratorium, instructing each player in the league to refuse to sign any documents. Stewart, who also holds a rival professional basketball lease and serves as vice president of the players' union, is spearheading that effort.
With the NBA, that just all sounds insane to me. When it comes out of my mouth, every time it comes out of my mouth, that you have players that are vice presidents of the players' union for one league owning a different professional basketball league. It's just baffling. But nonetheless, we found out yesterday, I did a video, the NBA and WNBA, very smart. Very smart. They came out, they said, you know what? We're under a moratorium here. Let's start sending out qualifying offers.
This is what the league just did, and it's a really smart move. They began delivering qualifying proposals in accordance with the present collective bargaining agreement after ending the negotiation moratorium. These offers are now based on the previous pay scale, which had a $250,000 maximum contract. No one anticipated that players would accept these offers. The point is not that. Every player in the league is now required to look at a piece of paper with a certain cash value on it before looking at the new CBA, which is psychological warfare. Offer from the owners that would increase the value of the identical contract by 6 times. In the first year of the new contract, athletes who are currently earning $100,000 may earn $500,000. The union is encouraging them to leave the table with 5 years' worth of compensation.
Personal shots. You're bringing up social reform in a collective bargaining agreement. We're seeing your ridiculous inflatable rats and freaking a digital banner on the side of a truck. And it's starting to feel like low-budget AA baseball shit out there by the players' union. It's like, okay, come on. Stop this nonsense. And it feels personal, and it's like they want revenge.
Observe the changes in popular opinion within the last 3 weeks. Everyone initially supported the players. The story was straightforward. Equal compensation is due to female athletes. At last, the league is profitable. Give them what they deserve. That's an interesting tale. And for roughly 10 days, it was effective. The inflatable rats then appeared. The digital billboard on the side of a truck traveling through Manhattan then appeared. Subsequently, the players' union began sharing content on social media that seemed more like personal grudges than labor negotiations. And all of a sudden, casual admirers began to inquire. The most important query, given that the league has never made money in its 28-year existence, why are these players behaving as though the owners have been robbing them? That isn't owner propaganda or conjecture. That is a proven fact. Since 1996, the NBA has paid for the WNBA's losses each and every year. Nevertheless, during these conversations, not a single player or union leader has openly acknowledged that truth.
None of them. And it's common knowledge. It's common. I mean, there's sports fans that don't give a rip about the WNBA that knows it's never made a profit. Why? Because it's been a running joke forever. And then, of course, it also got a lot of publicity when Brittany Griner got locked up in Russia. Yeah, that was a thing.
This is the section that no one is discussing. The WNBA has never been profitable, as everyone is aware. Even sports enthusiasts who don't follow women's basketball are aware of this. For many years, it has been a common joke in the sports media. Only when Brittany Gurrier was arrested in Russia in February 2022 did the league receive significant media notice. Even still, half of the attention focused on why she was performing abroad in the first place. The reason is that WNBA salaries were insufficient to support oneself, but now actual money is available. By the end of the contract, the owner's offer would increase the maximum salaries from $250,000 to $1.2 million. For elite players, that represents a 600% boost. We anticipate paying mid-tier athletes 8 or 9 times what they currently make. This is hardly a slight improvement. This money has the potential to change lives.
Start making them think about money and the increase in money. That's all they've talked about. We want new money. We want more money. Well, more money and a lot more of it's on the table. Right here, I put this up this morning. How long before the WNBA players start chewing their own legs off, trying to get off a sinking ship? You've got a lot of women turning down a lot of money. $2 million by the end of the new CBA is a lot of bread just laying there to be picked up. And that's the whole thing. The money is now...
Consider the implications for the typical WNBA player. Not Sabrina Ionesco, not Ozza Wilson, and not Caitlin Clark. We're talking about the 6th through 11th players on the roster, the ones who don't have national sponsorships or shoe agreements, the ones who now live in apartments that cost $2,500 a month, and the players who play abroad every winter to make ends meet. Those players were able to purchase homes under the new CBA. For the first time in their careers, they might experience true financial stability. They could genuinely rest their bodies instead of taking off-season flights to Turkey, Russia, or Australia. The distinction between the offer and the current contract is essentially the difference between owning and renting, between financial strain and financial stability. Additionally, the union is advising them to decline it, to continue fighting, and to hold out for something better. However, no one in the union leadership wants to respond to this question. Better than what? Better than a raise of 600%. Better than money that could change your life. When does this become something else totally and cease to be about equitable compensation?
That's who we're talking about. And let's be real. What if the league was like, well, we're going forward with replacements and our rookies, which I don't know if that can happen. I know they're currently under contracts. But let's face it, a lot of people have brought this up. Just get replacement players. Think about all the rookies, and they're all stars. Like, much of the stardom in this league, almost all of it, is people on rookie contracts. Think about that a minute. I mean, Rickea Jackson, Sonia Centra, Paige Beckers, Caitlin Clark, Angel Reese, Aaliyah Boston. A ton of players.
Let's now discuss the nuclear option that is now under consideration. The one that the union genuinely wants no one to consider. What if the league simply used rookies and replacement players going forward? Consider who currently influences WNBA viewing. Caitlin Clark has a rookie contract. Angel Reese has a rookie contract. Rickea Jackson signed a rookie deal. Cameron Brink before to her rookie contract injury. First and second-year players were nearly solely responsible for the recent season's spike in ratings, attendance, and media attention. Entire rosters of rookies and recent draft selections could be fielded. The ratings would hardly change if some foreign players or G League talent were substituted. The following season between Paige Becker and Caitlin Clark is still ongoing. Clark and Camila Cardoso both had rookie contracts. There isn't a single veteran player earning more than $200,000 in the matchups that casual fans genuinely want to watch.
Not going to look much different at all. I'd be willing to bet they would look no different. Oh, I'm tuning in for Caitlin Clark versus Paige Beckers. I'm tuning in for Caitlin Clark versus Sonia Centron. That's still all on the table. Angel Reese is out. You get my point I'm trying to make. It's the veteran players that are the long-term back-end veteran players that are screwing this all up.
This is why the union is in such a dangerous condition. The players that have been in the league for 8, 10, or 12 years are considered veterans. They are the ones making the most of this job slowdown. They are the ones that believe they have been underpaid for a long time. And they are correct in that regard. However, no one is observing them anymore. Breanna Stewart is not necessary for the league to attract spectators. Caitlin Clark is essential. Diana Taurasi is not necessary. They require Paige Bueckers and Angel Ree. Over the past 12 months, there has been a complete shift in the power dynamics. Additionally, the seasoned players have not modified their approach to reflect this new reality. Because each player now needs to do their own calculations, the league's decision to send out those qualifying offers was quite wise. Do I sign a contract that would instantly change my financial situation, or do I stand in solidarity with soldiers who are fighting for ideals I support?
Wow, this was such a smart move. I mean, the league's not dumb. They know these players are not going to sign those qualifying offers, but it gets the players to thinking about their money and where they want to go. And I've seen people go, oh, well, there might be a 3-week off season and it'll be exciting. Really? I mean, the way this league's run, you need all the time you can get. Again, how many times have I talked about how Bush League some of these telecasts look? And I'm tuning into some Atlanta Dream game, and it's like, am I watching single A rookie baseball with the quality of this broadcast? And just there's all kinds of things this league needs as much time to get together and do professionally as possible. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Let's take a closer look at what's actually going on. A historic core has been presented by the WNBA owners. Top players receive wage rises of 600%. Mid-tier players receive significant improvements, and everything is improved, including travel and facilities. Although not flawless, it is substantial. In response, the players' union has escalated tactics rather than negotiating specifics. In a collective bargaining agreement, they wish to discuss social reform measures. They wish to address decades of alleged disrespect. They want an apology from the owners for not making more investments during years when the league was losing tens of millions of dollars every year. These may be legitimate emotions, but they are not positions that are being negotiated. Retroactive respect is not negotiable. The protest trucks, inflatable rats, and well-planned social media campaigns all appeal to the most devoted fans, those who already support the player, but they alienate everyone else. When casual viewers witness players declining money that may change their lives and requesting more, they begin to question what this is all about. This is the unpleasant reality. The owners have more time than the players to wait things out. The WNBA is not necessary for the NBA to turn a profit. As a loss leader, they have supported it for nearly 30 years. If the season is postponed, they want to show their dedication to women's sports and grow their brand. When canceled, the NBA dismisses it as just another year of setbacks and moves on. However, the player loses a year of their already brief careers. They don't get paid for a year. When the league at last receives widespread exposure, they lose steam. Players are advised not to sign anything by Breanna Stewart. It may seem like solidarity, but it's also simple for her to do so. Her income is unparalleled. She has deals for endorsements. 90% of WNBA players will never enjoy her level of financial security. None of that is possessed by the sixth player on the Dallas bench. Additionally, when she considers a qualifying offer that has the potential to transform her life and then considers union leadership telling she must be questioning whose interests are actually being served here if she declines it. The league is aware of this. They put out the offers now because of this. They are placing a wager that eventually individual self-interest would triumph over group cohesion. They are wagering that the tangible reality of financial security will begin to take precedence over the abstract labor dispute ideas when players see actual money bearing their names on it. The truth is that they are very likely correct. Because professional sports are ultimately a business. Players' earning windows are constrained and their careers are brief. Those without significant endorsement contracts cannot afford to give up a year of high income. Possibility of a negotiation stance that might not even enhance the ultimate offer. Only when all players remain united can the union plan be effective. But when you're battling against blatant injustice, it's easy to stay together. Fighting against an offer that would make the majority of gamers wealthier than they could have ever imagined is significantly more difficult. The proprietors are aware of this. The union is aware of this. Now that those qualifying offers are in players' inboxes, everyone will soon discover how strong that unity truly is. How long will it take for the first player to break rank? How long before someone determines that having $500,000 is more valuable, rather than support for veterans engaged in combat from a different era? Because the entire approach falls apart as soon as that dam breaks and one player signs. The WNBA and its owners recently took a very deliberate action. The discussion has moved from abstract ideas of value and respect to specific figures on formal contract proposals. For each player in the league, they have made this immediate and personal. Additionally, they have put the union in a situation where they are now requesting that players decline revolutionary compensation for reasons that are becoming increasingly difficult to explain. That isn't a labor negotiation. Psychological warfare is what that is. Additionally, depending on how public opinion is reflecting this, and the league may